Have the recording handy. My name is Kevin Henry, and I work in the Viterbi School of Engineering on the marketing and recruitment team. I want to welcome you this afternoon, evening, morning, wherever what time it is that you're joining us from, for a very informative spotlight series on our Masters in Civil and Environmental Engineering. So just a couple of housekeeping things, quick Zoom facts. You will get a copy of this presentation at the end of the webinar. So don't feel like you have to remember all of the links, all of the very vital information that you will get in this webinar. You will be able to refer back to those in the copy that you get at the end. If you have a question, I know this says use the Q&A panel, but we're actually pivoting. We had some technical difficulties today. So we're going to have you use the chat section of the session so that if you have any questions, feel free to add them in the chat and we will get to those before the end of the webinar. All right, so today's program, we're going to talk a little bit about the University of Southern California, the USC Viterbi School of Engineering, and go over some of the different aspects of Viterbi. And then we're going to spend the bulk of the time on our spotlight, which is our Civil and Environmental Engineering Department. After that, we'll talk about application deadlines, tuition and funding, and then we'll open it up for any questions that you may have about any of the information that we've gone over. So again, welcome to the University of Southern California. We are located near downtown Los Angeles, about 3 miles from the city center. We are the oldest private university in the Western United States, founded in 1880. We're also home to 23 academic schools and divisions, and over 47,000 students attend USC. That's 26,000 graduate and 21,000 undergraduate students. We have a very, very robust alumni network with over 450 alumni worldwide, and over 4,767 full-time faculty teach here at the University of Southern California. Very, very diverse student population, both domestically as well as internationally. A couple of facts about the Viterbi School of Engineering. We are home to over 6,680 graduate students with 65 master's programs. 40 of those master programs can also be found online via our Den at Viterbi online master's program. We're also home to 13 doctoral programs, 38 research centers, and home to 212 full-time tenured faculty members. We were founded in 1905, although we were named the Viterbi School of Engineering in 2004. So we've been around for a very long time. And of those alumni, over 104,000 Viterbi alumni worldwide. So we have a very, very robust alumni network just for the Viterbi School of Engineering. We are home to 8 academic departments, and you can see how we're broken up here on this slide. You can see our aerospace mechanical department, as well as our computer science and data science department, as well as our civil and environmental engineering department, which is where we're going to focus today. And now I want to introduce you to the chair of our Sonia Astani Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, Dr. Berchan Bacharach Gerber, who is the founder and director of the USC Center for Intelligent Environments. She has over 200 publications, raised millions of dollars in funded research through NSF, as well as different honors that you can see here and extensive leadership that she comes with us. We are extremely excited and blessed to have her within the Viterbi School of Engineering as she brings a wealth of knowledge in the industry as well as in the academic field. And so we're honored to have her here today as well, who's going to talk to you more extensively about the Civil and Environmental Engineering Department. So I'll pass it off to Dr. Bacharach.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that great introduction. So it's my pleasure to be talking to you about our department. So we'll give you an overview of our programs, also some of the initiatives that we have in the Civil and Environmental Engineering Department. So if you can go to the next slide. Thank you, Kevin, for controlling the slide deck. So as you can see here, our department has about 450 students. About 60, 70 PhD students, close to 200 master students, and 150 to 170 undergraduate students. We have a very dynamic group of faculty members. Currently, we're 30 tenure track faculty members, 6 full-time teaching faculty, 11 adjunct faculty, and we also bring a number of part-time faculty members from industry, and we always cherish what they bring to the classroom, because while tenure track faculty have a lot of research experience, our part-time and adjunct faculty, as well as teaching faculty, have a lot of industry experience. So let's go to the next slide. So we'll talk a little bit about our academic programs. So in the next slide, which is in front of you right now, that you see different graduate programs we have. As you can see, we have several master's programs, several in Master of Science in Civil Engineering. We have a general construction engineering. We call it MTech, Emerging Technologies, Structural Engineering, and Transportation Engineering programs. As you can, I think the names probably speak for what these programs are. Maybe MTech is one to highlight, which is focusing on automation, robotics, and digital technologies in construction. Then we have a management-based master's program, Masters in Construction Management. And we have 3 master's programs focusing on different areas: emerging transportation systems, MS in environmental engineering, and you will likely see half of our faculty members are in environmental engineering, and MS in sustainable engineering. When you see this little icon that is a laptop or a computer screen, those are the programs that have distance education network option available, which means that in the same classroom, we stream the lectures, and you can be anywhere in the outside of the USC campus watching the classes and joining the classroom via digital means. And many of our working students prefer the DAN option. So here we put in the next few slides different programs and what they focus on, as well as some of the classes. These are not all of the classes, of course, in each master's program, but some of the classes that we wanted to highlight that you'll be taking if you choose to be part of these programs. So MSCE General is, as the name speaks, focuses on general civil engineering concepts. It covers quite a bit, from structural engineering to geotechnical engineering, construction, transportation engineering, environmental engineering, and water resources engineering. So if you would like to have a general specialization in civil engineering, I would say this is the program you choose. Next, we have here MSc Structural Engineering, and you see some of the sample classes that we have. And this program focuses on structural systems in general, in buildings as well as infrastructure systems. So let's, thank you, Kevin. Next, we have MSc Construction Engineering, where you focus on engineering of the construction processes and construction technology, real estate development, law and project management. And we have Master of Construction Management, where we focus on technical and non-technical skills associated with the construction industry. One thing that I have to mention, I think this is an important one, MSCE or MSENE programs require an engineering background. Master of Construction Management, you can be coming with a non-engineering background like architecture, public policy, or business, and still be enrolled in this program. It's a very interdisciplinary program in our department. I'm talking about Master of Construction Management. So if we can maybe go to the next slide. We do have 2 different transportation programs. One of them is MS in Emerging Engineering, Emerging Transportation Systems, and very similar to the previous program, Masters of Construction Management. in MS emerging transportation systems, you don't need a engineering background. We have urban planning students, architecture students, or other students from different background getting this master's degree. Of course, you can also have an engineering program, no problem with that. And we focus on enhancing skills in innovation, technology, and data for sustainable transportation planning and operation strategies. Again, undergraduate engineering degree is not required. Then we have MSCE, Transportation Engineering. This is more engineering, technical design, modeling, and development of transportation systems. We also have two environmental engineering related programs. One of them is MS in Environmental Engineering. This is the more traditional environmental engineering master's program, as well as we have Masters in Sustainable Engineering, which is more interdisciplinary. As you can see, focusing on energy and power systems, buildings and infrastructure, fate of pollution. And if you're in Masters in Sustainable Engineering, the classes also are across different Viterbi School of Engineering departments, not just in our department, but our department plays a heavy role in this master's program. So in this slide, we try to summarize how many units that you need to take. The two master's programs where you don't need engineering background, Masters of Construction Management and Masters in Emerging Transportation Systems, they're 32 units. And other Master of Science in Civil and Environmental Engineering and Sustainable Engineering are 28 units total. So it depends how much time you need to get your degree, but our full-time students usually take two classes, around 8 units, and they finish the master's somewhere from 3 to 4 semesters. Part-time students usually take one class, either one 4-unit class or two 2-unit classes. And they take longer, of course, because they're taking less classes each semester, and they finish around about 7 to 8 semesters. So a couple years ago, we started this program. I think this might be of interest. We call it Astani Graduate Scholars. And this is our goal is to bring brightest students to our programs. And the program offers offset of some tuition and living expense costs, also brings unique experiences through industry or research projects. So if you come apply to this program, which I highly recommend, and if you're selected to be part of Astani Graduate Scholars, you're going to be embedded within an academic research lab or within an industry research project where you're going to be doing research, either industry or research related, and you're going to be receiving a stipend as well as some tuition offset, as I mentioned. And also you'll be exposed to Trojan Network through mentorships, and the projects will be supervised by faculty advisors, either teaching faculty members who have close ties to the industry or tenure track research faculty members who run their lab. So I highly recommend anyone who's interested in doing a master's in our department to apply for this program. It has a separate application than the master's program. We also have, this is a very busy slide, and Kevin said that you can, I think we can share the slide deck with anyone who's interested. Astani Graduate Scholars Program is one of the programs, but we also have, as you can see, a lot of different scholarships and fellowships available to students. So talking about the career, in the slide, we try to summarize different salary ranges. Of course, these are ranges, what our bachelor's, master's, and doctor's students make. And as you might know, California is the top one, is the #1 top paying state for civil engineers, and number two, paying state for environmental engineers. Also, it is a big metropolitan, number two, and with the highest employment levels of civil and environmental engineers. And of course, we're going to have 28 Olympics in LA, which is also creating a great job market for civil and environmental engineers. Just a few companies that our students join after graduating. These are some engineering and design companies, structural engineering companies, cities, municipalities, utilities, as well as several tech companies. Actually, we haven't included here, but I personally have students joining Apple and Meta and Google and such as well. So just again, a sample number of different companies that our students go and get employed after their graduation. So we have started several signature events in the department. One of the events is Southern California Civil and Environmental Engineering Research Symposium, which we are extremely proud of. So this was an initiative to bring research active students together, not just PhD students. We have several masters as well as undergraduate students who also join. And it's usually 1 to 2 day event where they present their posters and also have oral presentations. We started at USC, but then we extended to our neighboring institutions, UCLA, UC Irvine, UC Riverside. This year, we're also going to include student chapters from ASCE, so we're looking at a more wider participation from Southern California area. We also started a new student competition. We call it Innovate LA. Das family endowed this competition. And the idea there is bringing all kinds of ideas to fruition in terms of launching in the industry. So this program is not part of any class, but many of our students team up with actually students from different disciplines, focusing on different challenges that we have around our neighborhood or in our city, and getting the training and education for entrepreneurship and startup, fostering innovation and entrepreneurship and how to launch their startups. Here you can see some of the pictures of students pitching their ideas, as well as last year's winning team who received $20,000 to develop their ideas. So it's been going on. I think this is our 4th year launching, doing this Innovate LA Das Family competition. Is a very vibrant event. So here are some application deadlines. Christine, Kevin, would you like to take it over and talk about these deadlines?
Sure, sure. So these are the deadlines that you want to kind of keep on your radar if you're looking to apply for the fall of 2026. So we'll, prioritize or look at the master's dates. Our scholarship priority is December 15th. And so what that means is that you just need to get your application in for admission by December 15th, and you will already automatically be considered for any scholarships that we have within the school. And I'll go over some of those scholarships in a moment so you can see what some of those offerings are, but you just need to submit by the 15th. Our regular deadline is January 15th, so a month later, and this is kind of appealing for some students that want to work on their graduate application during the winter recess. So if that's kind of appealing to you, you still have some time. If you miss the December 15th deadline, you have time to get it in by January 15th. For students that are interested in doctoral programs, you need to have that in by December 15th. I would even encourage you to get it in even a little bit earlier than that. If you can get it in by anytime between the 1st and the 15th, that's perfect. One of the things that you don't want to do, and I always encourage students to do, is to make sure that you aren't submitting on the deadline because you never know what can happen. The system may be, bogged down with everyone trying to submit. So get it in a few days before the actual deadline, just to give yourself some peace of mind. And for our Astani graduate scholars, you want to have that application in by January 15th. Christine, do you want to add anything for the Astani scholars? Is there anything else that they should know there or?
No, I think unless Dr. Bajeric, I'm missing something because our very special expert on the program is not here today. But I think this we we have what we need. But Dr. Bajeric,
Perfect.
I'll let you. Yeah.
Awesome.
I think one thing to add is if you're interested in this program, there are a couple questions that you need to answer, very low stake, but why you're interested in research, what kind of research you're interested. And we would like you to list some of the research groups and the professor's name so we can best match you with the right group.
So important. Awesome. And then
And
finally,
yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
oh yeah, I was just going to say, definitely stay connected to the department and see all the amazing things that are happening within the school. I think as you're trying to decide if this is going to be a program for you, this is one of the best places to start. See what our current students are doing, see what their life is like, see what they're engaged in, see the connections that they're having in industry, because that is the experience that you're going to have here at Viterbi. So you can kind of place yourself in it through social media. One, I think through the Instagram account, you're able to visually see what our students are up to and what our faculty are doing and what research is happening in the lab. And then through, sites like X, formerly Twitter, as well as LinkedIn, you can see what is happening throughout the school and throughout the department. So, all right. So now I'll talk a little bit about some of the application specifics. So in order to apply very quickly, you need a BS degree in engineering, computer science, math, or related hard science field. If you're looking to apply for spring of 2026, if you are looking to do one of those Den at Viterbi online programs, you can still apply. The application fee for the Den at Viterbi online program, specifically to civil, is $90. And that deadline is coming up, I think it's November 15th. So you need to have your application in if you're looking to start in the spring. For the majority of students, they're looking to start either in the fall or the spring of 2027. And that's both for on-campus and our Den at Viterbi students. The application fee has gone up a little bit. So that application fee is $105. And as you saw, those deadlines, December 15th and January 15th, respectively. You need your transcripts, electronic, they're uploaded to the platform, your resume or CV, as well as a personal statement and letters of recommendation. It's good to go to the actual program website and see if there's any nuance, anything that you want to include. It's good to know what's happening at the department level and that you can kind of integrate that into your personal statement. And you can do that via the link in the small box here and kind of do your own research. As of 2026, the GRE is not required. Right. As we went over these deadlines, again, this is a slide that you can constantly go back to and refer to. The December 15th and January 15th deadlines are there. If you're looking to kind of look at what programs that are going to be civil related and on DEN, Dr. Bajeric mentioned those in one of her slides. Once again, you'll have a copy of that at the end of this presentation. But you can also visit that link and kind of see what degrees are available at the Den at Viterbi master's program. And then you can start your application via the link there. For anyone interested in Den at Viterbi, the deadlines are a little bit different sometimes. If you're having a problem with your application, we can work with you and extend the deadlines. This program is designed for working professionals and people that are kind of already in industry and are going to be doing their degree part-time. And so we can spend some time and work on that with you and make sure that we get your application in. Or if you need an extension, we can often work with you there. You will want to reach out to our Den at Viterbi group through the email there, and that someone will get back in touch with you shortly. Just a quick rundown of how Den at Viterbi works. So, we talked about the online offerings. And I want to stress that our online program is the same program that you would get on campus. So it's the same professors, same lectures, same assignments, same classes, everything is exactly the same. So if you do the Denett Viterbi program, your degree does not say online. It is the exact same degree that you would get on campus. In fact, you're able to interact with the lectures and the faculty and the class if you watch the lectures live. Or you can watch them recorded depending on what your schedule is. All of your exams are taken at a proctored location depending on where you live. So if you're not in the Los Angeles, Orange County, or Ventura areas and you can't come to campus, there are proctored locations in the area that you are at where you're able to take your tests or exams. And it's the same exams that our students on campus are taking. We can't stress this enough that it's really just a modality. It's how you choose to complete the degree in regards to either on campus or the Denett Viterbi online program. Many of the students will choose to do it part-time, so it does take them a little bit longer than it would if you do it full-time as an on-campus student. But this is how you can see the difference between the two programs. Just some really quick additional information. If you're looking to kind of test out the program through a limited status situation where you are going to take a course before you are formally admitted into the program, this is really popular for students that are working in industry, that are thinking about doing the program, but are not quite ready to apply or want to feel how the program actually is. You can apply limited status. Whatever course that you take during the limited status program will be added to your degree once you are formally admitted. All right. It also helps if you're looking to kind of build a GPA and show that you've demonstrated coursework, that you've done really well in the program, because we can see that you are doing well based off of the courses that you've taken in the program, and we'll add those to your degree requirements once you are formally admitted. You do still have to apply for formal admission if you choose to do limited status, but it is an option that many of our students choose to take. The bottom part of this slide talks a little bit about the employer reimbursement. So for any student that is working full-time and then looking to get some of their tuition covered by their employer, which is also another popular way that students pursue this degree, this is the information that you'll need in order to make sure that that happens. As I mentioned, there's tons of scholarships, and Dr. Bajaric had a slide that had other scholarships as well. So you really want to start thinking about this now and start looking at what funds are out there, what money is available to you. There's a Denett Viterbi scholarship, which ranges anywhere from 1 to 4 units of tuition dollars that can be applied to your fee bill. There's also on-campus scholarships. Again, the way that you will qualify for those scholarships is just apply by the deadline. We actively look for students that are in the application pool that have applied by that deadline that we can give financial assistance to. So, and the way that that works is we're just looking to see, what your academic background is, how well you've done, what you choose to study. So there's a lot of money that is available to students based off of the areas of civil engineering that they want to study and funding that we have available. So there may be some ways to offset that cost by just applying by the deadline, by the scholarship deadline. This gives you an idea of how much it costs to go to USC for the fall of 2025 all the way up to the summer of 2026. So these are our current rates. This is the per unit rate. This is the cost for a 1-3 unit class and the cost for a 4 unit class. Again, kind of expensive, so it's good to go ahead and get that application in by the scholarship deadline. We give tons of scholarship money out each year for students that just apply by that deadline. And we also encourage you to kind of look into other means to help offset some of these costs. And so you can use the link below to help navigate that and see what the costs are going to be for you and your specific situation, and then all the different resources that are available for you to help offset some of these fees. Right. Another way is through our U.S. Military and Veteran Scholarship, which this information is located here. We give tons of scholarships to our military and veteran students. We have a limited number of Yellow Ribbon scholarships that goes to veterans, which are full tuition scholarships. So if you are a military or a vet student, this is a great resource for you and a place that you want to spend some time and understand the nuance that's required here as well. So at this point, we want to open it up for any questions that you guys may have. We threw a lot of information out towards you. So if you have any questions, as I mentioned before, you have the chair of the Civil and Environmental Engineering Department here with us, as well as Christine. I don't know if you want to introduce yourself. Christine has been with the department for a number of years, and she's a wealth of information and help navigating these um, processes and getting you all situated as a new incoming student. So if you have any questions, you have the right people on the call today to answer any of those questions. Christine, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I feel like I can't
Yeah.
do a better job than you already did. But yes, hi, I'm Christine Shea. I'm part of the Civil and Environmental Engineering Department and work very closely with graduate students here. And so between the three of us, we really are here at your disposal to try to help get any questions you might have answered today.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat and we will monitor the chat and get those answered. So I'll let you kind of think about that as I go over um, the next slide of information. One of the best things you can do, Dr. Bajaric provided a slide that had information about our social media on there. It's great to go ahead and look at that and see what our students are doing. But if you can, it would be awesome for you to get to campus and see the campus, see the buildings, get a chance to see what your life would be like as a current student here at USC and take a tour, see the facilities, even see many of our lab spaces and see what our current master students are working on and some of our current doctoral students and some really amazing research and hands-on things that our students are doing here at the school and within the department. But if you can't get to campus, there are alternatives for you to do a virtual tour and just kind of get a feel of the aesthetic of the campus, which I think is important. And then you can also kind of use the links to explore our Deneva Turby offerings and what it's like to actually be a Deneva Turby student. So you can see what those platforms look like and how you would navigate those. And then also the application link if you choose to start your formal application. Right. If there are no questions, our final slide is just some helpful links. If you do have questions to reach out to the different departments and start your application and make sure that you understand what programs are there, which ones are offered through DEN, and then any other helpful links and phone numbers as you guys are navigating this. We're really here to work with you. So if you guys have questions as you're working on the application, feel free to reach out to us and through email, through phone, and we can help you kind of walk through the nuances of the application. I always recommend our students start on it as early as possible and kind of slowly chip away at it. It's not the type of application you would even want to try to complete within a weekend or a day's time. Give yourself some time to really work on each little element of it so that it's not overbearing or taking a lot of time out of your personal schedule, but that you're also really putting your best foot forward. And you never know when there's something asked in the application that may take you a day or two in order to get, be it a letter of recommendation or someone to look at your personal statement. So you really want to give yourself some leeway in working on that so you have time and wiggle room to get it done. I think there's a question in the chat. I'll go ahead and ask it and we'll see what it applies to. What specific skills or experiences should I emphasize in my application to be more competitive as an interdisciplinary student?
If I might take that, I think we see background in different disciplines as a plus. So I don't want you to feel like you're in a disadvantage. As I mentioned, we have several programs that are open to non-engineering students as well. I would say why you're interested in the department, what kind of skills you have. You might have computational skills, you might have builder skills. If you have any experience in the industry, any kind of experience, I think goes a long way, but it's not also required. I would really emphasize why you're interested in the field that you want to join, as well as what makes USC and our department one of your top choices. So that's how I would summarize. Kevin, Christine, join me if you have a different answer.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. I'll actually pose a question to the both of you. I think, what are some of the opportunities that our master students have to possibly do research? As a research institution, there's some amazing things that are happening here, and specifically within the civil and environmental department. Some of the research that's happening is really groundbreaking. And so, are there opportunities for a master student to get involved and do some work within the labs?
I think the best example is the Astana Graduate Scholars program. I mean, that's exactly why, Kevin, we started this program, because we've
Yeah.
seen a lot of students who are interested in the mass research,
Mhm.
but they didn't necessarily have the right research background maybe yet, or they're interested, but they don't know if they want to pursue a PhD. Maybe they want to tip their toes and really understand if research is for them, or they don't want to take that level of academic research, undertake that, but they are interested in learning more about research. So I would definitely recommend highly applying to that program that is really built for master students doing research. I'll try to find, Christine put the link for application, but we have written a recent article about a couple of our Astana graduate scholars, and you can see if I can find, or maybe Christine, you can find that article just got published, if it's not that difficult or easy to find. It gives really an idea of like how we embedded these students into the labs and how much they were able to accomplish. So I highly recommend, here it is. Thank you, Christine, for putting that link there. But it's a great program. It really teaches master students what research is, and they can test if research is a path that they want to undertake, but also gives them a tuition offset and a stipend. So it's a win-win, in my opinion, from faculty and student perspectives.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think another thing that really sets USC and Viterbi apart from many other institutions is our Viterbi Career Connections office, which students can go to at all levels, undergraduate, master's, as well as PhD, and really meet with career advisors to talk about what that next step is going to be for them after they graduate. And so because of that, a lot of the companies that Dr. Bajaric mentioned in some of the earlier slides that we partner with and that our students have gone on to work for, have relationships with the Viterbi School of Engineering specifically. And so as you're looking to kind of figure out that next step after you've, completed your first year and you're thinking about either internships or full-time employment offers, it's amazing that you can go and you can get, some advice on how to structure your resume, and then what companies are partnering with Viterbi and that we have relationships with, and what job opportunities that they have available. Many of those companies will send Viterbi those job opportunities specifically for our civil and environmental students, so that you can see right away what's available, what's out there, and kind of apply for jobs and sometimes even interview for those jobs right here on campus through that office. They also do a career fair every semester with hundreds of companies that are looking for students specifically and only Viterbi students. So, it really is an advantage that I think our students are able to take advantage of, um, and figure out that next step. Awesome. Are there any other questions that you guys may have? Okay. If not, we are going to end the session. I don't know if there's any final thoughts that either of you want to share or any parting words.
Well, I think it's a great department to be part of.
Yeah.
From its faculty to student advisors to different initiatives we have, and also being in LA, in a big metropolitan city with lots of opportunities,
Mhm.
and in a private institution, a large private institution with so many different disciplines of engineering, but also so many different disciplines, right? I mean, when you come and join to a department, you're not just joining that unit, but you're
Yeah.
joining the ecosystem of higher education and different opportunities provided. So I can say enough good things.
Yeah.
And we hope you decide to join us.
I have nothing additional to add other than that's all true. It's a fabulous department and it's a great school.
I would agree with both of those statements. And I think, specifically for this department, the Civil and Environmental Engineering Department, I think one of the things that stands out is that the students are seen. You get to know your professors, you get to know your advisors, you get to know the opportunities and the different labs and the research. And, it really is, a place where if you want to do it, and there's somebody that's going to be available that can talk you through how to make it happen. And so that definitely makes it very unique in that you are seen within the department and within the school. So it's an amazing place with some amazing group of people. So if there are no other questions, we're going to wrap it up there. And I thank you all for joining us today. I thank Dr. Bajaric for joining us. I thank Christine for joining us and providing you both of your expertise and sharing just the amazing things that are happening currently in the department. Once again, go back to those social media links and go ahead and add them and see all the things that our current students are doing, our ambassadors are doing, and you can really kind of see just the fun and the energy that is within the department and within the work that our students are doing here. And we hope to get your application and possibly see you here within the Viterbi School, Sonia Stani Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. You guys have a great evening, and I hope to see and hear from you all soon.
Great. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Take care.